below, but also our worldwide visitors, people who follow the lives of Ted Lucky, Honey, and Holly, as well as the research of Dr. Lynn Rogers. This worldwide podcast couldn't happen without the help and dedication of some of our worldwide volunteers. And I'll explain a little bit to our folks here at the Bear Center. I will be giving some instructions to a person by the name of PTZ Driver, Pan, Tilt, and Zoom driver of our camera, which is located on a post in the center of our observation deck. PTZ Driver, we have Lucky on the far left falls, coming down the rock den. We have Holly Bear in the white pine. We do not know the whereabouts. Yes, we do. Honey is out and about at the creek. Right by the rock den, we have Honey talking to Lucky, saying, "Hey, leave my den alone. I want my space." And I'll tell you a little bit more about that, but Lucky doesn't seem to care. He's going right back for more. Honey Bear is just asserting herself. Lucky's just a happy-go-lucky guy, and he figures maybe he better take off. This is fabulous bear behavior. They make a lot of noise. Looks very dangerous, very scary. PTZ Driver, they're on the rock den. PTZ Driver, they're on the rock den. Looks real scary. Lot of noise, lot of vocalization, wide open mouths. A lot of it is just for show. Honey's huffing and puffing. She's going buff, 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 buff. Buff, 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 buff. We have Honey by the pat tree still vocalizing her displeasure with Lucky. Now she's walking toward her popsicle, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So we right at the moment have Honey in front of the window den with a popsicle. We have Lucky to the right of the scale with his popsicle, and I've been so busy watching their interaction, I'm looking for Holly Bear, and I'm going to go off mic a minute. On mic again, I just asked for some confirmation here. Holly Bear has come down from the white pine. Lucky is our 7-year-old male. He's at the far right. He's black in color. And you'll notice Honey Bear, she's our 18-year-old female. She's a cinnamon phase black bear. People tell me, no, she's brown. She must be a brown bear. Well, a brown bear is a different kind of bear. She really is a black bear, and black bears can come in a number of colors, and one of them is a cinnamon phase black bear. I just saw Holly, PTZ Driver Holly, was peeking out at the clover den, or the clover patch to my left. I just saw her out the corner of my eye. And she went into those balsam trees there in the thick brush. I'll keep my eye out on that spot. She has come out of there before. She tends to find a place to look in that vegetation where she can look out in the viewing area and see if there's other bears. So Honey is an 18-year-old female. Lucky is a 7-year-old male. And Holly Bear is our 18-year-old little Holly PTZ driver, Holly is in the clover patch. For the people on the deck extreme left, PTZ driver Holly is in the clover patch up by the fence. Holly is actually eating clover, but she's also looking at who's the competition over here in the viewing area. For those of you people on the deck, if you want to come over toward the end of the deck, that's fine. Take pictures, whatever. She's pretty actively eating clover. White clover is a favorite of hers, as well as the other bears. They will eat other clover, but white tends to be a favorite. I'm going to go off mic for a moment and move locations. But again, PTZ driver, Holly, is in the clover patch. We now have Lucky on the scale. Yeah, he knows all about how to get weighed. He also knows that if he gets on the scale, sometimes he gets a treat. And that is what that brown box is for. There's a trough at the front of it, and they get all their four paws on the box, and their weight is sent into the inside of the building, and we can weigh them. We don't necessarily need a weight on Lucky today, but we do weigh them weekly because we are their primary food giver. PTZ driver Holly has moved location. She is no longer in the clover patch. She is slightly to the left of the rock bridge, assessing who is in the viewing area. Had to determine where all the bears were. Lucky's moved off-site. Holly is near the rock bridge. Now she's moving toward the swing. She is moving toward the high falls. I believe Honey Bear is in her window den. Holly Bear, PTZ driver, she's at the high falls. For those of you that are watching Holly, if you look at her legs and her face, she's black, but on her back there's some brown. That's her winter coat that's shedding, so she looks a little scruffy down her spine. That will all be gone in a matter of maybe 3 weeks to a month. We don't really know. We don't even know what her hibernation schedule is, and by that I mean we don't really know when she's going to hibernate. I'm going to move locations again, and I'm going to go off mic. I'm back on mic. While I was talking about Holly, Lucky has moved to the far right, and he has gone on the mound toward Ted's pen. Interestingly enough, Holly has gone the same way, only she took a different route. She went into the woods from the high falls. I got a little interesting information about Holly. Yesterday at about 2:30 Ely time, Holly and Lucky put on a fabulous show here. They ran around the water feature, the pond. They ran across left and right and left, the viewing area here in front of the pond. They ran in circles around some balsam trees, like Ring Around the Rosie, and it was all play. Lucky could have caught up with her if he wanted to, but he didn't. He just loped along behind her and just having a good time. Another change for Holly Bear is we have been giving her formula. PTZ driver, we now have Lucky in the clover patch. People on the deck, look left, please. We have Lucky Bear over in the clover patch, coincidentally exactly where Holly was. His nose is down. He knows exactly that she was there. Don't ask me how he got over there so quickly. I have no idea. Our Lucky Bear is probably going to be crossing the creek shortly. PTZ driver, he's probably going to cross the creek. And Honey is in the window den. As Lucky crossed the window den, I heard, up until this second, I didn't hear any vocalization from Honey, but I did hear it right now, just letting them know she's there. But interestingly enough, Lucky did not cross immediately in front of the window den. He actually did not cross the creek. He went to the rock bridge and then crossed. I suspect he knew she was there. Now, where is Holly Bear? I have no idea. She may show herself if there's no other bears in the viewing area. PTZ driver, Holly is at the extreme right by the food shed. People on the deck, look extreme right. Holly Bear is coming from the extreme right. We could potentially have a show with these two. So PTZ driver, we have Lucky by the scale and Holly toward the food shed. Honey is in the window den. Some of our staff members are throwing out some in-shell peanuts and possibly some red grapes. In-shell peanuts, unsalted, is Holly's absolute favorite. And I was saying earlier we took her off her formula, and by formula I mean a formula that we created that mimics a mother bear's milk. When she came to us, we had some concerns about potential nutritional deficiencies. We weren't sure, but we wanted to play it safe. So we actually have a formula that we create that very much replicates the formula she would have gotten from her mother. She's a wild orphan cub, separated from her mother by a forest fire. So what does that formula include? Well, goat's milk, whipping cream, yogurt, egg yolks, a variety of vitamins, vegetable oil, olive oil, all mixed up in a blender, and we gave it to her in a bottle, meaning a bottle that you would feed a baby, a human baby. We used the bottle as a mechanism to build trust with her, and she has bonded with two staff members where she is most comfortable. She's not bonded with all of us, but she has definitely with two staff members. What you're seeing here is she's quietly eating, Holly Bear, and Ted is, I believe, munching on food that one of the staff members is giving him, as well as there is white clover in that area as well. Lucky has shown the most interest in Holly. Of course, he's closer to her age, and we suspect these two will develop a relationship of play. And Holly if you watch Holly while she eats with Lucky, she's not looking around her surroundings as much. She keeps her head down and is a little bit more focused on the food. She doesn't do that with Honey. When she's out with Honey, even if she is out with Honey, she eats and she's constantly watching Honey Bear for any potential moves that Honey Bear would make. I want to thank the PTZ driver today, as well as our volunteers that have made this worldwide broadcast possible. I suspect if these two bears stay out in the viewing area, they might put on a show. I can't predict that, but those are the two most likely to entertain you even further. With that, I'm going to close out this podcast, and I want to tell the visitors here at the North American Bear Center we're always happy to have you here, and hope you will come back and visit later on this summer to watch Holly's development and how she has integrated herself into the 2.5 acres here of woods and pond and a natural surrounding with Ted, Honey, and Lucky. We are open today until 7 o'clock, and your admission fee today is a day pass, as it is every day. We are open all summer long from 9 a.m. till 7 p.m. Some other things that you might like to do is check our exhibit hall. Plus, we have 2 BBC documentaries playing in our theater. Both those documentaries were filmed here in the Ely area, one in 2010 and one in 2012. Again, I want to thank you. I know you all have many choices here in the Ely area for your entertainment and learning opportunities, and we're happy that you picked the North American Bear Center. So thank you on behalf of the staff and volunteers here, as well as the volunteers worldwide. Thank you very much.